Hi, this is Ogres, and as I said in my previous video about the NXT episode from January 27th, 2021, here is the 1985 Mario Cap, which I got last month. As a matter of fact, I got it about less than 28 days ago from EV Games. This is going to be my Royal Rumble hat. Now, this review is about the Royal Rumble 2021. Before my computer crashes, I'm just going to record this. I'll upload this video today. It's already past 1 AM on the 5th of February 2021. I watched this particular pay-per-view the day that it aired live. I had to rewatch it yesterday because I fell asleep during the second match, which was the SmackDown Women's Title match, which I have now know the winner of. And the Men's Royal Rumble match, I missed the first half of it. Pretty much the first 10 or 15 entrants, so I rewatched that part and I rewatched the whole thing, the whole Men's Rumble again. But yeah, this was I believe 4 hours in length, including the pre-show, the kickoff show. So yeah, the only kickoff show match was the Women's Tag Team Titles match. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax were the challengers again versus. Versus Asuka and Charlotte Flair, who were at the time the Women's Tag Team Champions. But after some outside interference by Ric Flair, Lacey Evans hit Charlotte Flair off from the floor after Ric Flair gave her some brass knuckles. And then Jax hit the leg drop and pinned Charlotte Flair, and then Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax became the new Women's Tag Team Champions. So they ended the Asuka and Charlotte Flair's reign as Tag Team Champions at 42 days. So there you go. One of the shortest Women's Tag Team title reigns in history. So the first match on the main show was the WWE Championship match, Goldberg as the challenger versus Drew McIntyre. And I was very surprised by this match. Drew McIntyre won by pinfall, and he's still the WWE Champion. So he took Goldberg's fair shot, and Goldberg gave him respect after the match. There were words before the match, so Drew McIntyre gave him a spear, I believe, at the beginning of the match. But go back and watch this match, and you'll see what I'm talking about. In the match I had to rewatch yesterday, match number 2, because I fell asleep during the original broadcast, was the SmackDown Women's Title match between Carmella and Sasha Banks, who was the champion going into this match. And Sasha Banks won by, I believe, submission after the Banks statement. Yeah, and Reginald accompanied Carmella to ringside. He's called a sommelier or something, like a wine connoisseur or something, which he was featured on TV, I think, starting in December or January. I don't really watch SmackDown anyway. Match number 3 was the Women's Royal Rumble match, and this is the first Women's Rumble winner that I picked successfully since Asuka in 2018. 2019 I picked, I think, who did I originally have? I think it was, actually I don't really remember. I think it was Flair or Becky Lynch. So actually that was the third Rumble, because in 2020 I didn't know who was going to win. So I had Asuka in 2018, Becky Lynch 2019, 2020 Charlotte Flair won. I thought it was going to be either Baszler or maybe Ripley in 2020. I wasn't sure because I didn't really watch that Rumble as it happened live. But yeah, this is my third successful Women's Rumble picks in the last 4 years. So yeah, the final 4 was Natalya, who was number 30. She won a match on WWE Backstage against Tamina, I believe, versus Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. The final 2, which I had predicted, and I predicted that Flair would get her comeuppance after what she did to Ripley at WrestleMania last year. They both eliminated Charlotte Flair. It was Ripley and Belair, and there was a funny spot at the end of this match. You gotta see it and hear it to believe it. But Bianca Belair clotheslined Ripley over the top, and she won the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble. So, congratulations! I actually picked her to win this year because she beat Bayley on SmackDown, I think, before this pay-per-view. So I had a feeling that she was going to win. And Bayley was the Iron Woman in this match. She lasted, I don't know, over 40 minutes or something. I'll go back and look at the record, and I'll comment I'm pretty sure it's over 40 minutes, yeah. So, oh yeah, there was a lot of surprise returns. Jillian Hall, Victoria, who else was there? I'd have to look at the results. I think those are the two that I remember. I think Alicia Fox made a return. And this leads into this. There was a 24/7 title match between her and R-Truth, which was not needed. And then she lost it 2 minutes later. Then R-Truth won it back. So, I think during this pay-per-view, I think after the next match, I think Peter Rosenberg won the 24/7 title. Really? I'm not even going to talk about that. Let's just pretend that never happened. Now, match number 4 is the Universal Championship between last man standing match between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, who is the champion. I didn't really like this match. I preferred the match they had at TLC in the TLC match. Even though there's a lot of interference, I think Kevin Owens looked better in that match than this match. There was a handcuff spot where Roman Reigns was supposed to be uncuffed by Paul Heyman, but that got botched. And Kevin Owens was, I guess, accidentally was supposed to win, but the second ref, after Roman Reigns took out the first ref by pulling his head into the steel post, the second ref stopped the count at 5 or something like that. So there's a logic. The logic is out the window. I'm not watching a last man standing match ever again. If it's an older one, like from Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression, maybe I'll go back and watch those. I am never ever watching a current day last man standing match from WWE ever again. Maybe if it's Impact or independent show here in Australia, or even ROH, maybe I'll watch those. WWE, I'm done with last man standing matches. Don't give me any more. I don't want to watch them anymore. Give me TLC. Give me Steel Cage. Maybe Hell in a Cell. Royal Rumble, I'll continue to watch those. What's another one? Falls Count Anywhere even. I'll watch that. That's fine. No more last man standing matches. I'm done with them. Now, the main event of the show is the men's Royal Rumble match, and this one I had to rewatch, but the final 4... Actually, let's go with the final 5. I believe it was Christian, Strowman, Edge, Rollins, and Orton. The final 4 ended up being Strowman, Edge, Rollins, and Orton, I believe. I believe that was the final 4. I think Christian was in there, but I'm confused. Hang on. Anyway, this is the final set of eliminations. Strowman, I believe... No, Rollins eliminated Strowman and Christian. That was the final 5, and then it became the final 3. That's what I remember. I haven't got it written, but this is what I remember from that match. And then Rollins got eliminated by Edge eventually. Orton came back after he was injured at the beginning of the Royal Rumble, like the first 5 minutes or whatever it was from Edge. We beat the crap out of him out on the outside and hit a steel chair to his knee. And Orton hit an RKO out of nowhere. It was a misdirection, which I appreciated. And then I thought Edge was going to be eliminated. And then Orton got eliminated by Edge in the reversal. And I had a feeling Edge was going to win after he announced himself in the Rumble the week before on Raw. I had a feeling he was going to win on the same date 11 years later. But I didn't think that the final 5 was going to look like this. And I think this was the final 5. Christian, Strowman, Edge, Rollins, Orton. Christian, I had an idea. I think he was going to make a surprise return. I just didn't know when. Strowman, I didn't expect him to come back, and Rollins, I was a big surprise. So that was the 3 big surprises there, including Carlito came back. Who else came back in that Royal Rumble? I think it was just Carlito and Christian, those 2. Damian Priest was featured heavily. Bobby Lashley, a bunch of guys. To me, the most impressive was Edge, because he was the 3rd guy in history to win from number 1, and lasted about, I think it was 60 minutes or just under it. And he won his 2nd Royal Rumble on the same day, 11 years apart. So yeah, Orton almost won his 3rd Rumble. I think he's been runner-up in... Excuse me. He was runner-up in 2006 against Rey Mysterio. I thought Orton was going to win that Rumble, but it was Mysterio. What was the other Rumble he was runner-up in? 2017 he won, so it wasn't that one. I think this was the only other one he was runner-up in. In 2004, he lasted a long time, but I think Foley eliminated him. 2005, he was in a world title match against Triple H, which he lost. 2006, he was runner-up. 2007, and then 2008. Yeah, I know he won in 2009, 2017, but this is the 2nd time he was the runner-up. But this time it meant more. Edge winning meant more than Mysterio did in 2006. No offense to Mysterio, but this makes more sense. Edge returning after what happened to him in 2020 at the hands of Orton at Backlash 2020. But yeah, that was the Royal Rumble 2021. Yeah. This is the first men's Rumble that I predicted to be correct. Even though it was a surprise. I had no idea who was going to return. Carlito was a surprise. Christian was a complete surprise. So... And there was a lot of NXT call-ups, I believe. But no Keith Lee. I think because of his girlfriend had COVID or something, I think he couldn't appear. But yeah, so let me know what you think about this hat, and let me know what you think about the Royal Rumble 2021. I'll give it an A+. I enjoyed this more than 2020, actually, in terms of the pacing of it. Even though I was tired. After the Women's Royal Rumble, I pretty much got tired. I was half awake for the Universal title match. Men's Royal Rumble, I had to go back and watch again because I missed the first half of it. And the SmackDown Women's title match. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this in the comments below. I thought the best match on the card... Yeah, the title matches were average. I thought the Women's Royal Rumble was excellent, and the Men's Royal Rumble was dull in parts, but I thought the final 4 or 5 was very, very good. So no Vince McMahon at this pay-per-view, which was good. I enjoyed this show a lot. So, yeah. So let's look at the Men's Royal Rumble matches since... let's go as far back as... let me think. Let's go back to when it became WWE. So from 2003 until last year, we have had how many multiple time winners? Batista won it twice. 2005 and 2014. John Cena won it twice. 2008, 2013. Who else we got? Edge is now another 2-time winner. So he's the newest one. There's been a lot of single winners in the previous decade, except for John Cena. Oh, Randy Orton, 2009, 2017. I mentioned that. But yeah, there's been first-time winners of the Royal Rumble the last 3 years in a row, before this year, of course. But the previous 3 years, there was first-time winners, which was a big surprise. But of course, yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura got buried at WrestleMania 34. Asuka wasn't completely buried, but her momentum wasn't the same after that. Yeah, she wasn't the NXT Asuka anymore. But she is actually doing pretty well in 2021. I'm looking forward to seeing her at the next pay-per-view or either at WrestleMania this year. And I want to see her on the live tour if I'm still in Australia in July. But that's it for this pay-per-view review. And let me know what you think about this cap in the comments below and the Royal Rumble. I'm going to do the NXT episode from February 4th, 2021 once I watch it. But that's the next review. This has been Ogres. Peace out.